Hello everyone, welcome back to NutriZoo Learning. In today's class, we are going to discuss a very interesting topic, that is reasons for greater biodiversity in the tropics. So if you compare a tropical rainforest with a cold temperate region, you will notice something fascinating. Tropical regions contain an enormous variety of plants, animals, insects, birds and microorganisms. But why does this happen? Scientists have identified three major reasons behind the greater biodiversity found in tropical regions. And in this video, we will discuss long evolutionary time, stable and predictable climate, and abundant resources. And I'll also share an easy mnemonic at the end of the video to help you to remember all the 3 points for exams. So before we begin, if you are watching this video for revision, feel free to increase the playback speed to 1.25 or 1.5x. Or if you are learning the topic for the first time, I recommend watching at the normal speed. So let's begin. First, let us understand what we mean by biodiversity. Biodiversity refers to the variety of living organisms present in a particular area. The greater the number of species, the greater the biodiversity. Now, tropical regions such as tropical rainforests contain far more species than temperate regions. And scientists explain this pattern using three important reasons. Let us discuss them one by one. Let us now discuss the first reason, long evolutionary time. This is considered one of the most important explanations for high tropical biodiversity. Tropical regions have remained relatively undisturbed for millions of years, and because these areas were stable for such long periods, organisms had more time to evolve and diversify. Think about it like this. If students are given more time to complete a project, they can create more detailed and creative work. Similarly, species in tropical regions had more time to evolve into new forms. This process of forming new species is known as speciation. Since tropical regions experienced a long, uninterrupted evolutionary history, speciation occurred repeatedly over millions of years. As a result, species diversity increased significantly. Now, you might wonder why didn't the same thing happen in the temperate regions also? The answer lies in glaciation. Temperate regions experienced frequent glacial periods in the past. Large ice sheets repeatedly covered many areas. These climatic disturbances caused extinction of species and interrupted evolutionary processes. Because of these repeated disruptions, less time was available for evolution, speciation occurred less frequently, and species diversity remained lower. So remember this simple flow: long undisturbed time, more speciation, and greater biodiversity. Now let us discuss the second reason, stable and predictable climate. Unlike temperate regions, tropical climates remain relatively constant throughout the year. There are fewer extreme seasonal changes. Temperature and rainfall patterns are generally more predictable. And why is this important means? Because stable environment allows organisms to adapt very precisely to their surroundings. And this leads to something called niche specialization. Now what is niche specialization? Let us understand it. A niche refers to the role of an organism in its environment. It includes where it lives, what it eats, and how it interacts with other organisms. In stable environments, species can become highly specialized. Instead of competing for the exactly same resources, different organisms adapt to use different resources. For example, one bird species may feed on insects, another may feed on fruits, the third may feed on seeds. All of them can live in the same forest because each occupies a different ecological niche. This reduces competition and allows many species to coexist, and as a result, biodiversity increases. Why stable climate increases diversity? Let's connect the idea. Stable climate creates stable habitats. Stable habitats encourage niche specialization. Niche specialization allows more species to coexist. Therefore, stable climate, niche specialization, great species diversity. This is one of the major reasons for tropical forests to support thousands of species in a relatively small area. Now, let us move to the third reason, abundant resources. Tropical regions receive large amounts of solar energy, water, and other natural resources. These resources are available throughout most of the year because sunlight and water are abundant. Plants can grow continuously, and this results in very high productivity. Now, what is productivity? Productivity means the rate at which plants produce organic matter through photosynthesis. The more the sunlight and water available, the greater the productivity is. And greater productivity means more plant growth, more food production, more energy available in the ecosystem. And when more food is available, more organisms can survive. Now let us understand the relationship between resources and biodiversity with a simple example. Imagine two restaurants. If one restaurant has only a few dishes available and the other restaurant has hundreds of dishes available, which restaurants can attract more customers? Obviously, the second one. Similarly, tropical ecosystems provide abundant resources that support a large number of organisms. This allows many species to survive together. Therefore, more resources, higher productivity leads to greater biodiversity. Now, before we conclude, let us quickly revise all the three reasons. Reason 1, long evolutionary time. Means tropical regions remained undisturbed for millions of years, and this allowed more speciation and greater species diversification. Reason 2 is stable and predictable climate. It means stable climate promotes niche specialization. Niche specialization allows more species to coexist. And reason number 3 is abundant resources. It means tropical regions receive abundant solar energy, water, and other resources, and this increases the productivity and supports a larger number of species. Now, let me give you a simple mnemonic for exams. Remember the word ESP. E means evolutionary time. Long evolutionary history leads to more speciation. S means stable climate. Stable climate promotes niche specialization. And last, P. P means productivity high. Abundant resources increases the productivity and biodiversity. So whenever you see the question, why is biodiversity greater in tropical regions? Simply remember ESP. Thank you for learning with NutriZoo Learning. If you found this class helpful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. See you in the next class.